Welcome back to the 12 days of Christmas. It is day 2. On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a tactic because the game won't let me go any further. You can see up here, must respond. We can't do anything else until we've set up a tactic for our team, FC Santa Claus. So that is what we are going to do today, and I'm going to walk you through how I do that because why the hell not? So we'll go to the tactics screen. And if you've never made a tactic in FM before, you might find this helpful. If you've done it 1,000 times, you still might find it helpful or really boring. Either way, it's happening. So you can see here, choose a tactical style. There's a whole bunch of different ones and they all do sort of different things. It gives you a bit of an explanation for how that works. And there's a thumbs up next to some of them that you can see there. That means the assistant manager or everyone else at the club who's already here reckons that's the way to go. We could go wing play, but I already know what kind of system I want to use or what kind of tactic I want to use. Wing play isn't going to cut the mustard. Fluid counter attack, maybe, but that involves soaking up pressure. Direct counter attack, no, I'm not really sure. I think we'll go direct. Direct sounds good. Basically, lump it forward and what can possibly go wrong. This is a boring old 4-4-2. It'll show you sort of the key shapes that will work with the tactic. They're suggesting a 4-3-3. with a defensive midfielder, so called because you've got 4 defenders at the back, 3 midfielders, and then 3 attacking players. We're not going to use that. We're going to do something different. We're going right down here and we'll tweak from there. I think, yes, we will. Why are we going with this shape? I'll tell you why. This is the 12 days of Christmas and we are going to be playing with a Christmas tree shape. 4 at the back, 3 in the middle, 2 just in front of the midfield, and then 1 up front. You can see it sort of forms a triangle, and then the goalkeeper at the bottom is forming the trunk. And if we put a little pot under there, then Christmas tree. Maybe I'll overlay one in the edit. Probably not. I'm pretty lazy. But if I do, I get 10 points. You will owe me 10 points if it's in there. If not, I don't know. So that is the shape we're going to use. Cautious mentality because we'll be playing with a counter-attacking system. So the idea is we let the other team come at us. When we win the ball back, we hit them quickly. So more direct passing, I like that. I would like to play narrow, more direct. Yes, I'm going to lower the tempo slightly and we're going to look to work the ball into box as much as possible. We don't want to pass into space. We'll stick with the mixed crosses for now. That all looks fine. So we're going narrow because we want to keep it nice and pointed towards the striker and we don't have a lot of width. I want the fullbacks to stay back to help defend. So it's all going to come down to the midfield, hence keeping things tight in the center of the pitch. We'll focus play through the middle. We won't look to play out of defense, but we'll focus through the middle and possibly overlap if we can. That means the fullbacks will be running forward, trying to support the attack and just mob them in those counter situations. Working the ball into the box means we'll be semi-patient and try to create a good opportunity. If that doesn't work, we'll turn that off and they can just shoot from anywhere. Play for set pieces. I'm not super keen on it, but we'll give it a try. I'm not going to worry about dribbling or any of the creative freedom stuff. And then in transition, I will make a couple of changes here. So you can see when possession has been lost, if you counter press, means you lose the ball. Everybody rushes forward and tries to apply as much pressure as possible to try and win the ball back quickly. We're not going to do that. If we lose the ball, we regroup, we find our shape, and then we sit back ready to counter again. When possession has been won, normally I'd want to hold shape and be patient, but because we're playing counter attack, we're going to push on. We win the ball, we go. Just balls out. Let's get into it. Distribute quickly, yes, because we want to go fast. Distribution type, we'll let the goalkeeper decide that. And then out of possession, you can see here a lower defensive line, which I'm not super keen on, but we are sitting deeper to soak up that pressure and hit on the counter, so that's fine. A low block means we get everybody into our own half. It is a little bit dangerous, but it means we've got more chance of winning the ball back with numbers. So that all looks fine to me. And then from here, we can just go up to selection advice. Entire team. Henrik Thunesen, our assistant manager, is going to suggest a team for us, and that is how that looks. We're a little bit light on personnel, but now we're going to tweak the player roles. Right. So the goalkeeper is this guy, Lucas Winter. He likes a bit of winter. He's a chilly man. We're going to personalize his instruction. He wants to be a sweeper keeper on defend. I'm fine with that. Mayanda is a fullback. What's your story? He wants to be a wingback, a complete wingback, or a fullback on defend. We can make that happen. He's been knocking around the place for a little while, or around the league at least, not here at FC Santa Claus. That's all right. He wants to be a fullback on defend, and he can do exactly that. And then Winter on the other side also wants to be a fullback on defend, and he's quite good at it. So there we go. Akon is a central defender. No caps for Ghana. He's Ghanaian. That's good. And he wants to be a no-nonsense centre-back, so we can facilitate that particular request. Basically means win the ball, lump it forward, just get rid of it. And I'm going to do the same over here. No-nonsense centre-backs, defensive fullbacks. That should be relatively solid. Clausey wants to be a deep line playmaker, which is perfect. Can he do it from midfield? He can. Normally, I'd drop him a little bit deeper and play him here. But again, Christmas tree, 12 days of Christmas, deep line playmaker in between the two more central midfielders. Makuma wants to be a box-to-box, but I'm not super sold on him doing that. Yule also wants to be a box-to-box midfielder. So if he does that, he'll be running up and down between the 18-yard boxes. And then you, my friend, can be a ball-winning midfielder on support. Just two attacking-minded players chipping in. Ladismaki would like to be an advanced playmaker. He can do that on support. Amares is not very good at football, which is a problem. You can be a shadow striker, and Santa can quite happily stay up there as the advanced forward. That is our tactic. What I will do is just mess around with a couple of these player roles or player instructions. So for Clausey, the deep lying playmaker, I don't need him getting further forward. I don't need him taking more risks. That all looks good to me. That's fine. We'll cancel that. Who's the better of these two? Probably Yule. So Yule, we'll edit his instructions, and I would like him to get further forward, take more risks. That looks good to me. And then Makuma, because he's not very good at playing the football, I'd like him to take fewer risks. He doesn't need to get further forward or go wider with the ball. That is fine. And on this side for Buddy Galdames, he's already getting further forward. Excellent. And taking more risks. Perfect. That all looks pretty good to me. Set pieces, I'm not super worried about. I'd like player marking. What post do you want players marking while defending? Let's mark both posts. How many players do you want to leave forward when defending a set piece? Just a few. And for attacking set pieces, aim for the near post. And let's keep fewer defenders back. We'll just go for it. I would like in-swingers. Set piece coach. We have a set piece coach, which is great. I'm not going to take the induction. I'm just going to let him sort it all out because I can't be bothered, truth be told. Right. That is our squad, and that is our tactic. I think right about now, what we will do is go through and have a really good look at all of our personnel. So we'll start with our main man, Santa, 27 years old. He's Spanish for some reason, but he looks really good. He can play on the right wing. He can play up front. 4.5 stars of ability, which is fantastic. He's got yellow in all the right places. He is a little bit exciting. Loran Santa, another Santa, is an emergency backup. He doesn't look super great. Santangelo, another Santa. These are in alphabetical order. We'll just keep going through until we find someone worthwhile. A couple of Siepis, they might be brothers. A Sompin, a Tomti, a Winterberg, Lucas Winter. Victor Winter is our right back. He looks pretty impressive, an important player for us. Yule is Brazilian. He's a left back. That's exciting. We love a Brazilian. Blair Yule is Scottish. He's our box-to-box midfielder. He can play on the right-hand side of midfield, so he's never going to play there for us. But he looks all right. Another Yule, Robbie Yule from New Zealand. Nicholas Giehaus is Austrian. He's a backup striker. Ebenezer Akon is a central defender. We've had a look at him while we were setting up the tactic. He's our Ghanaian. Levi Ahola will never see any game time while we're playing this system, so we might need to move him on. George Bailey is another backup striker. He's 22. He's Australian. Hey, one of my countrymen. But he's not good enough. Alvaro Clausi is a central defender. He can also play defensive mid and a little bit of midfield. He can do all of that quite well. And a left back. He's versatile. My kind of player. An important player. Getting paid £275 a week. He's Spanish, 30 years old. Very handy. Nisse Ekstrom looks all right. Nicholas Elfstrom is a left back. Another attacking midfielder in Buddy Galdamez, who's Chilean. We've got an international squad here. I like it. Yunus Haspasari. Yes, that'll do. Another goalkeeper. Tommy Hartkainen, midfielder, can play on the wing, so he'll be playing midfield for us. Another winger slash maybe striker, but not very good. I don't think he'll be hanging around if we can move him on. Nisse Carlson, Karpinen. We just want to get back around to Santa. But if you want to have a look at these guys in more depth, you're more than welcome to hit pause on the video. Mohammed Kate is a left-sided defender. Where's he from? He's Iraqi. Nice. Tommy Koski is Finnish and a central midfielder. Oskari Kajala, backup defender. Another backup striker. Ladis Mark, who we looked at as an attacking mid. Meander is our left back, or at least he was the left back in the tactic while we were setting that up. Maki Haju is Finnish, great name. Prince Mokuma, fantastic name, a little bit of potential as well, but he's 24, so he might not fulfill it at this point. Yako Jari. Eric Neeson is our other centre back, who looks fantastic. Casper Neeson, another backup striker. Rodolfo, can play on the wing and up front, and isn't very good at midfield, but we could potentially train him up to do it, although he is 30, so But also, Brazilian Nathan Rudolph is going to be moving on, and we're back to Santa. So that is our squad, and I think this guy is going to be our superstar. He's our talisman. If you keep him fit and get plenty of games out of him, we are in for a good time in this league, I suspect. Very exciting. Santa, Spanish Santa. And now we need to have a look at our tactic in action. They've just played an intra-squad friendly, the first 11 against the second 11. We'll have a look at the goals. The result was 4-2 to the first 11 for obvious reasons. They're the first 11. Santa's got a couple of goals in there, but we just want to have a look at the highlights and see what we can see. See how this worked. Oh dear, that speed's all kinds of wrong. Let's just speed that up a bit. There we go. Much better. Right, so here's Galdamez. Crosses in, and that was just poor. That's bounced off the post, and that was a goal. Why don't we get ourselves over to match mode, and we can have a better look at what's going on here. That was a decent effort from Ladismaki. Here's Nissen now. Launches it forward. Santa runs onto it. Geez, he's quick. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. There's a few goals to get through, so prepare yourself. Big ball over. Even the second team playing the right system. Nice direct counter attacking. So against ourselves, we're excellent. I do like that. Ball out. Is this the second half? This is the second half, and that was a good goal from Mikkonen, who will probably never see the light of day in a proper competitive match. Here goes Yule, the Scottish player, and that's a lovely strike from him. The keeper really should have done better, but that was a good goal. And that was it. 4-2, 29 shots, 20 on target, a huge XG. All of that, of course, taken with a big pinch of salt. And Lucas Winter, the goalkeeper, has torn his wrist ligaments. That's not ideal. That's not ideal at all. Is he our proper goalkeeper? That's a bit terrifying. It is our proper goalkeeper. Excellent stuff. And we're going to have to use an amateur goalkeeper instead. Not the best way to kick off our time here at FC Santa Claus. We'll ask Santa for a fit goalkeeper. That'd be great. We'll need to bring in another one as a priority. So next time we meet, what we'll be doing, I'll be going through the preseason offline, all of these friendlies and things like that. But we'll be kicking off with the Ecos Cup Group C. So we played our first friendly here. The first match is on the 28th, only 8 days away. So again, we're going to need a goalkeeper to play some competitive matches. We're going to play FF Jaro away from home and then KPV at home in the cup and see whether or not we get out of our group and progress in that competition. But the cup is a big part of what we do here apparently in Finland. I imagine. I've got no idea. I'm just making it up. And then a whole heap of friendlies after that we're not going to bother with. So that's exciting. Very, very exciting. Some actual football to be played. If you've had a good time here, checking out the tactic, meeting the players, and having a look at some wonder goals, which is always fun, then what you should do is hit like on the video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a thing. Leave a comment as well and say Merry Christmas DP or Merry Christmas to everybody else watching it. And make sure you're here next time for our first competitive matches with FC Santa Claus. Until next time, I'll see you next time. Say hi to your mum for me and be good. If you can't be good, don't get caught because you wind up on Santa's naughty list.